Anna, she's the white one in the middle, she just sneezed and farted. So that's what level of pregnancy she's at.
Hey y'all, welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach. Jen's right there. So it is a beautifully warm day, very windy, but beautifully warm day here in southeastern Kentucky. So we are taking advantage of it to try to get as much stuff done outside as we possibly can. But before we get into some of those details, I've got to get the feed up in the barn, and they're over here checking on the animals. So we want to see a couple cute animals for a minute.
Here's Miss Tilly. She's doing really good. There's Miss Anna, Miss Dolly, Miss Elsa, who, well, I think they're all pregnant. They should all be pregnant, and I feel pretty confident that they are, but y'all know Elsa, she's fit mama, and you can't ever tell. Ow, Tilly, she's bit me. You can't ever tell until she pops them babies out. Butters, you can tell. You can always tell on Butters because she's been a mom for a few times. Miss Anna's looking good though. I do think that they're all pregnant, which is exciting. Of course, they don't have any interest in me because the food truck's over there. That's what they know Zach as, is the food truck. So that's all they want, is some hay. One way to know, even though they all look small besides Butters, is their udders are filling up, and that's a really good sign. Ethel looks pregnant, but she's not. She's just chunky. That was one of Anna's babies last year. They officially turned a year old on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day and then yesterday, so they're 1 year old now, and now, starting in the fall, we can probably start to breed them if we want to. But y'all are such good mamas, we don't know. Don't know if we want to switch it up or just leave our mamas that are so good. And then there's Bessie. Just being grumpy old Bessie. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Still hate us? Butters is to the point in pregnancy where she's starting to grunt. She's a very vocal pregnant lady. She just grunts and complains, and that's just what she does. That's how she gets through it. Elsa, like I said, she's spit mama. She's silent. Excuse me, turkeys. You wouldn't know she's pregnant until she drops them. Anna, she's the white one in the middle. She just sneezed and farted. So that's what level of pregnancy she's at.
Comment down below if you think this is iron. I found it in the dirt.
You're saying iron?
Yeah.
Pretty cool treasure, huh?
Uh-huh.
They love to go treasure hunting on the farm. There's so much to find.
All right, hopefully y'all can hear us today. It's, like I said, it's warm, but the wind is absolutely nuts. So I got all the feed up, and we're back here. I'm starting to dwindle down the pile. You're about to see what work we've done, and then I'm gonna give you a walkthrough specifically on how to build one of these bad boys, no matter what you're using. If you're wanting to build lawn beds, you'll use the same concept no matter what the wood is, and this will be helpful for you. But truck's loaded back up, time to go back to the garden area. Whew, well, we came to unload the truck with the wood, and we just had an insane wind gust. It was like a tornado while we were sitting out here for just like a minute, and it was wild. It blew everything. The greenhouse definitely ripped, and our hot tub cover was against our window and pushed the window in. Thankfully everything's fine, nothing broke. My laptop, my work laptop, went flying because it was sitting on top of the hot tub. Thankfully it works. I have no idea how it's still working. Goodness, seems like it's calmed down now for a minute. Back to these garden beds. All right, got the piles of boards up over there, and I wanted to show you all where we're at and explain what we're doing, and so you can do it. Okay, so I finished our 6 herb beds. We may add more down the line down there, but we do want area because this is going to be play and garden too, which we'll show you all at a later time. But 6 5x5 raised garden beds. Now we're starting on the actual vegetable garden beds, the big long ones. This bad boy and what we're going to be making all the way down this line here, they're 4 foot wide. 4 foot, the reasoning for that is it gives us the option to be able to put a cattle panel on the inside and shoot it straight over instead of always having to go, you know, raised bed to raised bed. So we can actually put them in the inside. In the past, we did 3 foot. 3 foot's fine too, but 4 foot I think is going to be better for width, just for all kinds of reasons. So 4 foot wide and 42 foot long. Well, when you're doing something 42 foot long, you got to have plenty of bracing. So now all these boards that we got, as you all saw in the last video, they were free. They were free for me. That meant they are all kinds of different sizes. So basically what I did was I stacked them up, used the chainsaw, and cut them all at 7 foot, because the smallest board I had was 7 foot. Only took about a foot off, maybe a foot, less than that on most all boards. So that made it to where these are even. The reason that I needed them even is you have your 2 4x4 corner pieces here, and then right here at each intersection, you have to be able to get them both on the 4x4. So that's why you want them the same size on each one, just so they'll make it and reach there, so you don't have multiple different spots. So you get them in there, you half them on the 4x4, and then you do that the whole way down. So now last night I ran out of time. It got dark on us, and I got to here, to the end. So I still need to put the end together. And then what I'll be doing is I'll using some boards and put them right in between each 4x4 at 4 foot length to help hold this stable all the way down. It seems sometimes like you might not need to do that, but right now you can look at it. The wind's been blowing, and look how I'm leaning out. Imagine what soil would do if it was pushing against it. All right, got the end put on and then got all of the middle braces. I'm telling y'all right now, if you're doing beds of any kind of length, you gotta put these braces in the middle. It ain't gonna work if you don't. This thing's gonna end up going way out here and curving because of all that soil. So just make sure you have those braces and you'll be good to go. But right there, a 4 by 42 foot bed completed. Say hi, Jen. And now we got all the way to go. So like I said, we did 4 foot wide. It's ultimately up to you and what makes more sense. We're fairly tall people for, I don't know, just garbage. We're taller. That's what I'm trying to get at. So our arm span goes a little bit further. So 4 foot's not a huge ordeal to try to meet in the middle to get anything. If you're a little shorter, you might want to go 3 foot. It just might be a little bit more difficult to try to get into the middle of the bed. Do whatever makes you happy.
And if I know, like a lot of people in the comments said that these being so short, it'll break your back. You know, if you have back issues, you're older, you would want to build them up taller. Thankfully, we're still young, so.
But believe me, our backs still hurt.
Yeah.
We're just able to work through it. But yeah, absolutely. Just realize when you do that, you're going to have a lot more to fill that up to get up to 24 inches. And that was the primary point of what I was saying. I definitely get why people would want the taller beds for sure. But man, that is going to be amazing. I was just talking to her about how much room we're going to have to grow in just a few beds, but thankfully we have the space, and we know not everybody does. But the whole point of what we try to show you is that bed we just built can be any size.
Yeah.
It could be 4 by 6 foot, 3 by 7 foot, whatever you want it to do, and you can build it exactly like that, just in all kinds of different frames. It's just like the greenhouse. We built that greenhouse to where you could use the plans that we used and use one cattle panel if you want. So try to keep that in mind. Think about it when you're trying to find stuff that you're wanting to make for your raised beds. You can build it exactly this way, just different dimensions.